How many times we make plans to travel the world, to get to know new places, new cities, but we actually don't know the city that we live in that well. Sometimes tourists know more about our country and city than we know. There is this desire to get away, to travel, to get to know new countries, cities, exotic places. But most of us, we don't really take the time to travel our own big city and get to know it as a tourist. I am asking myself, why? I believe that this is a common habit for many people. Do you feel the same way? People in general go to the city for work, for a date, for dinner, and yeah, they go to the museum. But do they really go around the city as a tourist? So, because of that, I decided to wake up early in the morning and catch the sunrise by Charles River from Memorial Drive side. I never did that before, even if I have been living close by this wonderful city over 8 years now. As you could see, I woke up pretty early to get to see the sunrise and walk around Boston on a Sunday morning. Let me tell you that it took a while until the sun came up at my spot because I realized that I chose the wrong place, even if I did my research for the most beautiful sunrise in Boston. I did not get to see the most spectacular sunrise, but it was beautiful anyways. I enjoyed spending an early morning by the river, drinking my coffee and eating my chia pudding breakfast when the city was so quiet, peaceful. I guess this was one of the most beautiful Sunday mornings of 2020. I'm really happy that life brought me here to Massachusetts and made me decide to settle close to this wonderful city. Boston, it's a beautiful city. Easy to find your way around walking, not driving, because that's a different story. Boston has a European style, which is one of the reasons why I love it so much. Walking around North End, South Boston, Beacon Hill, and Charlestown, it always makes me remember of Europe. The small and old-fashioned paved streets with brick buildings, just the perfect picture of many places in Europe. Although I live here and I'm grateful to be part of this country, my heart will always belong back to the charm and historical places that Europe has to offer. Boston Harbor has been an important part of American history. When I come and sit here, right here where I am now, by the port area, sometimes my mind travels back in time and I try to imagine the people that immigrated from Europe and start building and making history on this land called now America. I could not stress enough about the fact that life is so short and it flies away before we even notice. I tend to believe that the human that started the history of this land did not acknowledge that hundreds of years later, people will talk about them and hopefully are grateful for their struggle at that time. They started a new life here, built their homes, and the city that today represents them with glory in American history. Do you recall that moment in traffic when you get mad because there is constructions on the road? I always get back to my senses, saying to myself, for this city to get where it is now, other people had to struggle with traffic, dust, and noise, so we can enjoy it today the way it became. So today, we might have to accept the same for the future generations, to be patient, stuck in traffic, and contribute to the improvement of the city. At that moment, magic happens, and I accept with so much ease to be stuck in the car just by knowing that that is the process for improvement. Even if Boston is not such a big city, it has a lot to offer to its tourists and people that live here. Restaurants, museums, prestigious universities, the opportunities for great jobs, and the list goes on. It's a great place to visit, but why not just to move in? This was an enjoyable morning that I will always remember and repeat, perhaps not alone. We'll see. Until next time, wear your mask and stay safe. And Please don't forget to subscribe. That will mean a lot to me. Thank you for watching.